Hi guys, welcome back to Living with Lucy live stream. Hope you guys are all doing well. Before we get started, as usual, please be kind and make sure you have smashed that like button if you haven't already. Make sure you are subscribed. It is absolutely free to do so. But if you would like me to get to your comments before everybody else's and have your name kind of highlighted on these streams so I know that you are supporting my channel, you can consider becoming a member. I think a button's down there somewhere. But with that all being said, also remember nothing on my channel is anything other than entertainment purposes only. So whatever you hear, never take it as financial advice of any sort. Okay? Okay. And also check out on the right side of the screen on the live chat. You can see that I pinned that to the top of the stream, I believe. My Robinhood referral link. Really appreciate it if you do end up using that. And if it is your first time and you make the required, oh, actually, no, I don't think there's a required deposit. I think once you sign up, after you make a deposit, I think you get like a fractional share. They used to do like a whole stock or whatever, but I think now it's fractional share. So definitely check that out if you're interested. And then also my Rakuten link where you can get $30 cash back after you make your purchase of $30, which is not bad. Anyways, okay. So today is super exciting. We're going to start off with the thing that we knew was going to happen, which was April 19th, Taylor Swift. I have not ever purchased a vinyl record. This is my first ever vinyl record. And I'll probably make like, I don't know, another video about Taylor Swift if I have time. But this is so beautiful. I think she has like other vinyl records maybe in the past. Maybe I didn't purchase it, but this one is just so perfect. Like I might not even open it. I think I might just hold on to this and just like put it somewhere on a shelf because I just want to admire it. And I also got the CD. Apparently there's like 4 of these CDs with like surprise songs or whatever, but this is like the ghost vinyl, which I really thought was cool. Or maybe I just got brainwashed because I watched like literally on YouTube nonstop. I was listening to her music for like hours, and every single time on YouTube I had to listen to this ad where she was like, only at Target you can get the vinyl like Phantom Clear record. So this one underneath here, I don't want to open it, but you can go find it online, I'm sure, where it's a clear vinyl. You don't usually how it's like just black, right? So I am excited to collect this. I got a CD and I got the vinyl record, but I also bought another CD and another vinyl record just in case I would maybe resell it. So I'll see if I want to do that. Or maybe I'll just hold on to it forever because I can't really get enough of too much Taylor stuff. I don't actually I'm not like, I love her and I love her music and stuff. I feel like she can do no wrong when it comes to music, but I don't actually buy nearly as much merch as some of my other friends. Like I know certain people, like if they're fans of an artist and they'll buy like a ton of clothes. I buy like really cheap clothes, so I can't really afford all of Taylor Swift's clothing because some of it is like in the $300 range, and if you buy from like resellers, it's like 600 or possibly more. So I'll still support her though. When I do go to the Eras tour, I have this thing where like when I go see an artist, I will try my best to like still buy merch as more of like a souvenir. So I did that for Blackpink. I actually did that for a Blackpink pop-up shop in LA too before I went to the Blackpink concert. I think so. Yeah, maybe beforehand or after. I can't remember. But for Taylor Swift, when I do go to the Eras tour this year, I'm so excited. That is when I'll buy a hoodie or like something, like one thing at least, maybe 2. I don't know. We'll see how financial. But today we all knew it was going to be April 19th. This is her 11th studio album, which ended up being a double album. So there's literally 31 songs, which is insane. That's why it took me so long to listen to it. And I still have to listen to other songs over and over again, but I already have my top 6 favorites. We'll maybe bring it up later. I'll make it in a short video later. That's why you have to be subscribed to my channel so you can watch all my other short videos. When I'm not making live streams, which when I have time, I'll do that. But I do a whole bunch of short videos and I've been doing vlogs. So for those of you guys that appreciate the vlogs, I appreciate you. Thank you for your comments. I try my best to read them. But today was kind of a shocker to me because I was expecting for the whole last month, I was expecting for Bitcoin to have its halving be done on April 20th to the 21st. So tomorrow or Sunday. And I guess it came early on the same day as Taylor's release. Well, technically last night, I think people were already listening to her music. I was busy working, so I didn't listen to any of her songs yesterday. So today I was just like given this blessing of like 31 songs all in one shot. Some people went to sleep last night thinking there was only 16 songs, and then they woke up and were like, whoa, got a heart attack. But right now, okay, I'm gonna pull up CoinMarketCap has its halving countdown. Okay, we're exactly at 59 minutes. You can go check this out. Just go on coinmarketcap.com, and then on the very top, it has the Bitcoin halving countdown, and I'm looking at it right now. It says 59 minutes and 27 seconds. In April 2024, the block reward will be reduced from 6.25 Bitcoin per block to 3.125 Bitcoin per block, as tracked by our countdown clock. So I don't really, that math I didn't memorize. I just remembered 900 a day to 450 a day. So there could only be 450 right now. Currently, there is 900 Bitcoins that could be mined per day. Now it's going to be like 450. If you ask me in more technical terms on if it's exactly that amount or like a couple fraction, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know how to mine Bitcoin. Okay. But I have learned recently that apparently there were very strange ways for people to mine stuff. And there were people that mined crypto with like open computer looking things that were weird, but it probably made these people really, really rich. It's really funny because yesterday, my man showed me this video of this guy, like just really, really wealthy and has like this huge house, and he decked it out in crazy ways. And the video didn't really say how he had that money, and he looked pretty young. So it's like really strange when you don't know, like this person isn't a tech entrepreneur or anything like that. And they didn't create Facebook or whatever. So when someone has like that much amount of wealth, one has to wonder like, okay, where did that money come from? And I just guessed that it was probably because of crypto. And then he looked it up. I also looked it up, and it turned out to be crypto. So I think like one of the greatest explanation nowadays for really the last, I would say, ever since 2017, a lot of people, when you see them like either online or maybe this is somebody you knew from high school, all of a sudden be like decked out. Maybe it's other reasons, but I feel like a lot of unexplained wealth, or maybe people don't talk about it, or some people stay more silent. Not everybody like makes money on crypto and then does YouTube videos or talks about it on X. So some people are just more chill about it or want to stay low key. So when you see somebody like just all of a sudden, I don't know, driving around a Lambo when they used to take the bus, maybe they're a crypto multi-millionaire or billionaire. I don't know. But exciting stuff. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know if you, well, I'm going to probably keep the stream up until the halving is done. And I'll just like, as usual, do my little workout and do my work while I'm chatting with you guys. But I believe there's just, obviously, I think the crypto industry, just got an email earlier from Gemini that was saying like, okay, actually, I'll just read it to you. I feel like usually people are also check out my phone case. Isn't it so cute? I try to deck it out with all my favorite things. Powerpuff Girls, Gromy, and then there's a knife on it. But yeah, it's just all my favorite little things. Anyways, lost my train of thoughts. Yes, I'm gonna read you the email. I feel like the crypto industry is just very acting bullish, I think, about this halving, and they're not mentioning the possibility. And with everything in life, there's a possibility of it not working out. So yes, well, yeah, this is from Gemini. Hi there. The Bitcoin halving is upon us, considered by many to be the momentous occasion. There is a debate over how the latest halving will impact the prices of BTC. Some analysts have speculated the halving could send the prices of BTC skyrocketing, which obviously I think is what most people hope for, right? Whether you have a lot of Bitcoins or you have a bunch of Doge coins or Ethereum, because Bitcoin usually takes the lead and you're hoping that the rest of the other altcoins follow. So they said that. And then it says, others have argued the halving was priced in during BTC surge in price over the past year plus. With halving looming, let's review what it entails and take a closer look at the debate. So again, it's just kind of brushing over the fact that it could go skyrocketing or it's already surged. But it's not talking about really the other really bad thing that could happen, right? Because there's three possibilities. Either we surge in about like 50 minutes from now, which really hasn't been the case in the past, or we have a standstill, which is think not that bad. That's like the second best option, right? Either you rock it, number one, or two, you just stay neutral. Nothing happens, which I think is actually a blessing, versus number three possibility, which is we just completely crash. I am more on the optimistic side of I do hope it skyrockets, even though there is really nothing behind that, right? Because everything is out of whack. And we already talked about this. If you were a part of my live stream, when we talked about the fact that when Bitcoin hit an all-time high, that was not supposed to happen, because usually Bitcoin in the past, through its other halvings, it skyrockets usually to a new all-time high about, what is it, more than 10 months, right? It's like a year after the halving. So clearly this time it just happened really, really quickly. So everything is out of whack and really anything goes. So I'd like to be more optimistic in these moments of unknown territories. And I'm going to say that I think it still has room to go further. Do I think we're just going to all of a sudden skyrocket to $100,000? Absolutely not. But am I going to bet like my life savings on the fact that it's not going to happen in the next, let's see here, in the next 57 minutes. I don't know if time is like, if this time is going to move in a bit, because I feel like it does. Because I swear the last time I looked at it, it was like 59, and I don't know if I actually talked for 2 minutes. No, I talked for way longer than that. So I don't know if the time, I think the time like is not absolutely accurate. So let me have a sip of my drink. It's just I bought this yesterday, the spicy strawberry from Starbucks. Then it got too spicy for me, so I added orange juice. So it actually tastes really good with orange juice. Hi guys, Crypto Squire, thank you for being first. Dan, welcome. What's been having? I used to say havening, by the way. I was one of those people that used to say havening, but now I know it's having. I have to go back to work. Oh, right. Yes. I know. I wonder how all the people that are working today, how everyone feels about crypto. It's like you're just looking at the time, like 1 hour till halving, and what is really going to happen. Or you just look at your portfolio and be like, okay, did I tank like 20% yet? Hopefully not. I think a real crash to me though would be like 50%. The recent 20, 30% crashes. I mean, Bitcoin did dip under $60,000, right? This week. So I feel like these recent little dips don't matter as much to me. I mean, I've been seeing my portfolio like just kind of move up and down by hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I'm like, chill. Just because I think if you survive the crypto winter, all of this is just still good news. I feel like every day, as long as majority of my investments are way higher than it was in 2022, I'm happy. I'm thankful. So anyways, I think overall I'm more bullish about it, but I hope that even if things don't work out well and we are not in the most bullish positive case of moving to a new all-time high, or even just moving upwards, I like to think that we could at least hold that position of 60,000. And at the end of the day, my main argument is I believe in crypto. I think of things like when I invest, I don't necessarily go about it in a normal sense. I guess it makes sense why I ever bought something like Dogecoin or like Neo when it was like really cheap. I feel like I just kind of see it in maybe too simple terms. So again, never financial advice. I'm not saying what I do could end up being right. It's just everything in life is risky. So I feel like what I like to do is I like to think of the end game, right? I'm invested in, let's say, the EV industry. And then what's my end game? My end game is, do I actually not like specifically, do I think right now in the next 6 months it will do well? I'm most likely going to invest in something that I feel like overall, especially the sector, is going to do well, or that specific thing will survive. So for those of you guys that are following me on my OF or my Patreon, you know, like what I have been invested in recently. And again, I will only get into stuff that I feel like will last, right? So for example, if I feel like if there's like, well, Amazon is where most people buy books, but if I feel like tomorrow everyone's just going to throw all their books away and we're never going to read books again and everyone's just going to be using their computers and their cell phones, I would buy puts on all bookstores. Like if that's what I truly believe in. But if I feel like it will last, like it will stick around. Like recently, what's going bankrupt is I think it's Red Lobster, I heard. See, I don't really care for Red Lobster. I've had Red Lobster. I thought it's fine, but it's not good to the point where I'm like, oh yeah, I should buy a bunch of Red Lobster stock or something because I feel like, oh, it's gonna work out for them. So that's just kind of like the way I see it, and I feel comfortable even with the crazy roller coaster up and downs with crypto, simply because I see it at the end of the day as like one category that's just gonna stick around. And I'll tell you a funny story. Oh God, I feel like I'm telling you guys stories and it's missing so many other points to it. But okay, I believe in crypto even more than I did last week, this week. Why? Because I am already such a big believer in crypto in the sense that I'm not saying that I'm at the level of like Michael Saylor, like, okay, I feel like it's just gonna go up nonstop. I'm gonna hodl forever. Like, no, I want to make money off of this, right? Like, I want to if I bought a bunch of Bitcoin and it goes up like 10x, I want to sell. I want to make money. I want to do things with my money, right? Like people like Michael Saylor are already balling. Like they can live a fantastic life having not sell any of their BTCs or whatever. So I feel like it's just a lot of people are on different levels. But for me, it's like I was already such a believer in crypto for all that it is. Like the fact that you feel like you're more in control of basically your wealth, right? In comparison to having cash that's literally just devaluing itself every single day, right? Like, and it's crazy because like sometimes I want to explain it to people and I don't feel like I'm the greatest at explaining things, but if I could just put it in simple terms to somebody who does not understand why their money is burning away, it's like, okay, if you just hold your money in your checking account and you don't have it in, let's say, what I have right now, like I put all my uninvested cash, not all of it, but a lot of it, of my uninvested cash into my Robinhood Golds. Just obviously, I got Robinhood Gold, and therefore I just have my cash balance, which I'm not spending on buying stocks or crypto, just sitting there, and it's getting me my current 5.25%. Later on, it's going to turn back down to 5%, or depending on what the Federal Reserve does, it could go up, it could go down, right? But let's just say it's getting me 5%. So you, for example, or I don't know, Bob, that has their money in just their checking account, you're not getting anything with it, which means everybody else who has their money invested somewhere, right, or in a CD or whatever, you're getting like at least 5%. So over time, let's just say your $100, somebody else will have $105 at the end of the year, right? After 1 year, because that's what it is. And then it'll keep growing. And with compound interest, it's just going to be more and more. So as other people have more money, you literally have less buying power. And then as inflation goes up and milk is more expensive and eggs are more expensive, other people have more buying power, prices just keep going up, you will just start to be more and more poor. So that is in the gist of it. A reason why I just don't think the cash system is going to be something that can stand on its own. And I'm not saying it's going to disappear anytime soon. And I don't want it to disappear. I feel like cash is cash. Cool. And then I also want to have other assets, just like I want to have real estate assets, just like I want to have gold assets as well. Speaking of gold, let's search like how much it is right now. I heard it was like 2,400, and like Citibank believes it could go to like, I don't know, 2,700 or 3,000 or whatever. But all these numbers are being thrown out by these analysts, and it is crazy. Okay, price of gold. I don't know if Google will just tell me right away. Oh, wow. Okay. It's currently, as I am searching on Google right now, you could do it too to fact check me, but it is $2,406.70, which is crazy because that's not even the highest. The highest, I think I don't know if it's today, but it's said 2,450. No, the high was 2,433 is what I'm seeing here. But crazy. Yeah. So again, I just think that if you believe in what I just said and how when people who don't understand investing or don't believe in it just think everything is risky, and they just keep their cash either under their pillow or in a shoebox somewhere, or in the bank, and they're just regular checking account. Your money is just doing nothing, whereas everybody else's money is growing, growing, growing. And I was talking about like just the 5%. But if you factor in somebody who put their money in, let's say, I don't know, 2018 or 2019 in the S&P 500, now just go and see how much more they made since. It's a lot more than that 5%. So basically, everyone else is getting richer, and especially the CEOs and the wealthy folks, like not majority of America, unfortunately. This is majority of America. Majority of America just knows how to hodl cash and not to save money and spend every single dime on like living out of their means, right? Because you keep hearing this stuff, like it's not made up. And I can really look around at majority of the people that I know, and I know a lot of people just don't save up for a rainy day. And I don't know if it's really schools anymore. Like I know I definitely feel like schools don't teach people enough about saving money, how to invest, clearly. Like none of us were taught that. Um, so I think just our basic system, mainly in America, and other parts around the world, I'm sure too. Like I never went to school in India, for example, or Japan, but I have a feeling they're not going to be like, yeah, you should buy Apple stock. Like I don't think they're teaching you this in like high school or whatever, right? And I'm sure there's a lot of issues with that because everybody has to say not financial advice. So I understand the issues with that, but definitely people are not exposed nearly as much as they should. And that's a problem, but that's a problem you have to solve yourselves. But yeah, I've always, anyways, the point is, I've always believed in crypto, especially, well, since kind of like as I learned more and more about it. But if you watch my older videos, I always said, and I'm sorry if you have NFTs, but I always did not really like it. Like, I understand non-fungible tokens as an artist. It's like another way to make money, but I never bought one. That's what I should say. I hate it, but it's just like if I had a bunch of extra money, I would just go and buy like more Dogecoin or like more Bitcoin or more Ethereum. I don't have any Bitcoin, by the way. But I would buy more Ethereum or I buy more Dogecoin. I wouldn't necessarily ever like I was jealous of people who had the Bored Apes and whatnot. Um because it was so expensive. It was like $250,000 per or something, back when it was super expensive in like 2021, I think. And some of it is like millions of dollars. So I was obviously jealous of the people who had it. And I was like, yeah, if I had extra money and after, if I already had a mansion and I had like a bunch of cash sitting in the bank and I had like a bunch of stocks and I have a bunch of nice cars and a bunch of other things, then I can throw money into the Bored Apes and all these NFTs. So I was never really big on NFTs, even though I do appreciate the art. And I'm like, yeah, cool. If I had the extra ability, I would go and buy like, let's say, a piece of art on the wall or like a digital piece of art, like an NFT or whatever. But I finally truly, truly appreciate NFTs now. And I like to say that I think I'm going to be purchasing my first little NFT this month if I can. So I think I'll like make a video. I didn't have time for it, but there'll be more details on why I'm so obsessed with this place. Follow me on Yelp, by the way. Down in the description below, you will find my Yelp link somewhere. Just follow me, please, because I'm trying to become Yelp elite one day. I don't know how hard that is. I heard it's really hard. But I'm gonna try regardless. So, anyways, I went to I always heard about this restaurant called Xpot. Like it's in Vegas and it's like really fancy hot pot with like Wagyu beef or whatever. And I never got to go because I'm pretty cheap and I try not to blow too much money. As much as I am a foodie, I try not to blow too much money. I try to eat like within my means. But I've heard about Xpot for a while, for like years, and I've seen the pictures and I'm like, it's so fancy, it's so nice. And then recently, and actually no, 2 years ago, I also heard about, I think, a place called Chubby Cattle. And it's like for Korean, wait, I'm not sure if it's kids. I don't think it's Korean barbecue. It's just barbecue, right? Asian barbecue. And that looked really good. But when my friend told me like we should go, I went there and then they were like, oh, it's a 3 hour wait. So I'm like, okay, no place is worth a 3 hour wait. Okay. So unless it's Taylor Swift. But I was like, okay, I'm not going to Chubby Cattle then. But recently a new location opened, and my friend was saying how it's so nice inside and pretty or whatever. So we ended up going. And let me tell you, I have never fangirled so hard on a restaurant. Like, there are fancy restaurants that I would go to every time, and I would take like a million pictures. Like Catch LA, beautiful, right? New York City restaurants, beautiful. But I don't usually obsess over any restaurants where I'm like, I want to go back. Like, there's so many things to do. There's so many foods to eat. And like, I don't think I could be sick of this, like, ever. But I have this feeling about this restaurant, this Chubby Cattle restaurant. Yeah, and it's pricey. It's not cheap. Like, the cheapest tier is like $55. It's called their silver tier. Everything is all you can eat, by the way. This is not an ad for Chubby Cattle, by the way. They are not paying me to do this. If I were paid to, like, if I were sponsored to do anything, I would obviously let you guys know. But anyways, this is just from the heart. It is literally the best barbecue, and some of the best mouth-watering, melt in your mouth meat I have ever had. Like, it's just so good. And I just, on top of it all, as if they even needed more, but the atmosphere is beautiful. It's just a lovely place to be in, and they have arcade games there for free that you could play when you're waiting, because it's usually like super busy. But anyways, all of this got me to believe crypto even more, because why? The base tier that you pay for to dine there is $55, all you can eat. And then there's the gold tier, right? I think that's like 75 or something. And then there's $88 or $85, I forget. It's like 80 something dollars for the diamond tier. So when me and my friends went, because when you do buffets, you have to like all sit together and then pick the same one. So we all wanted the diamond tier. So we chose the best tier. And then you can also like buy a membership, whatever. I'm not going to get into it right now, but yeah. And you could buy a membership. It's like $28, and you basically get your birthday meal, a silver tier, for free. So I end up buying it. So there's that. But when I was asking about the memberships, the server had told me like, oh, there's also like, because when you buy a membership, it's just to Chubby Cattle. But apparently Chubby Cattle is owned by something called Chubby Group, which is like this umbrella company, has a bunch of other companies underneath it. And that group has so many other restaurants. For example, Xpot is tied to Chubby Cattle, the hot pot place that I really want to try called Xpot. And so he was saying, the server guy was like, oh, there's an NFT that you could buy. And then if you have that, that would kind of be like your ability to get discounts everywhere, like at all of the sister companies, everything under the Chubby Cattle group. By the way, if I'm saying any of this wrong, just go do your own DD and, search it yourself. But yeah, so he was saying that you could get an NFT. And at first I heard it and I'm like, oh, it's just going to be like really expensive. Like, not interested. I'm just going to pay my $28 membership, and that's about it. TP says there's a Chubby Cattle in Monterey Park. Yes, I think that's the one that I went to with a friend like 2 years ago or something, or like a long time ago. And we tried to sit down and eat, and they were like, it's 3 hours. And I'm like, no, thanks. And we went somewhere else. But no. So the newest one I went to is in Roland Heights, and it is magnificent. It's amazing. Highly recommend. You should totally go and check it out. I'm going to make my short video, and it'll come up soon, about all the delicious foods that I had on my diamond tier. But anyways, so I was like, oh, whatever. I'm not going to get the NFT. It must be super expensive. Whatever. Not worth it. All right. Fast forward. I posted, obviously, like my food pictures on my own personal Instagram, which I will not give you guys access to. I'm sorry. And then I have a friend who actually works for the Chubby Group. I think it's like that company, and he has the NFT. And then he told me all the good stuff about it. And I went on to like his referral link, and I checked it out. And now I am convinced that I am going to get one. So I actually went so hard on my want all of a sudden. Like, it's just, I can't explain it. It's, it's like the need to get an NFT from someone like me who is I usually don't even go to expensive restaurants. I didn't really care for NFTs. The way I, like, in almost like a third person perspective, saw myself go nuts in the span of like 2 hours and being like learning all about like all the perks I could get once I get this NFT. And like once I have the NFT, like all the things that I could do with it, I was so sold that the same day yesterday, I went to the bank and it got a new credit card. Because obviously, if I'm gonna make like a very large purchase, this NFT that I want, by the way, it's like close to $2,000. But anyways, I'm like, if I'm gonna make such a large purchase, I gotta be smart and I gotta use my credit card perks. So I know that there's a credit card that I could get like $500, $600 cash back with, but it's I have to pay $95 for it. So really, it's like let's just say $500. But anyways, so I went and got it. I got it approved, luckily, and now I'm just waiting for my card. I asked for it to be expedited, and the moment I get my card, I'm gonna go and buy my NFT. I'll try to make like a live stream so you guys can see what I can get. But anyways, this is what makes it more interesting. It's not just like a regular NFT, like you know exactly what you're getting. It's supposed to be like a game in a sense where you buy it, like you either buy a silver one for like I think like 400 or $500, or you could buy a gold tier one. There's only two kinds, a silver one or a gold one, but they all have characters on it. So these little characters are food. So for example, my friend was explaining to me that when he bought his gold tier, which he bought it like last year June or whatever, and it was only like $1,000, but it goes up as the quantity decreases. So basically, if I buy it next year, it could be like 2,000 or more than $2,000 as the quantity decreases. But anyways, he bought a gold one, and he got his characters. It showed up as like edamame and rice. So really, that's like a $20 value, and it means when he goes to eat, he gets that. He gets those food. And then if he goes to a sister restaurant that doesn't have those food, they'll just deduct like $20 off the bill. So that's like really cool. So I think like for me, I want to get it for the perks of like discounts and like the free drinks and a bunch of stuff on the gold tier, because there's like 2 free tasting menus. And then my friend told me like each tasting menu per year is like already 200 bucks ish. So if you calculate, that's like 2 times 200, that's like 400 bucks the way I see it. And obviously I'm not going to get my money back within the year if I'm paying like 2 grand, but let's say I'm like around for the next like 10 years or something, I do expect my money to be back. But of course, there's also risks with everything. So I do understand that if the company doesn't do well and they go bankrupt or whatever, unfortunately, then I'm screwed. But anyways, so I'm really excited. I'm going to do a video. I don't know when, but if I do, it'll be a live stream where I will show you guys which character I get. Because there's also like characters after you pay for it, you could get, even if you don't pay for the gold tier, which this guy paid for the gold tier and then he got like the edamame and the rice. But he says that there's people who bought the silver tier for only like $450, but it's lifetime, by the way. The NFT is lifetime, so long as the companies obviously are around. And you can use it at all their locations, and they're expanding. But the cheaper one, the silver tier, that one, there are people who got like a character of a lobster, which means when you go to the restaurant and dine, you can literally get like an $80 value lobster or something like that, which is crazy. And the best part is if you buy a silver one, you have like a 1 in 500 chance or something like that to get a black card. If you get a gold NFT, you get a chance of like 1 in 100 to get a black card. And what that black card is like the best tier, supposedly. Like it's just so many discounts on it. I forgot right now, but it's like very high in value. And it apparently, like my friend told me that it went on auction before and it sold for like 20,000, but the value could be like 100,000 or more. So of course I hope I could get a black card, but I don't think I'll be lucky enough to get it. Like, even though I'm getting the gold tier, which is like a 1 in 100 chance, because my friend also told me that like there's a dude who bought like 10 because he's just really rich or whatever. So he bought 10 and he didn't get a black one. So yeah, I hope I can get it, but fingers crossed, no worries if I don't. I just want to get it because I personally feel like I won't regret it. And the best thing is like these NFTs, even though it'll be tied to me, I could always sell it. Like I could sell it later on to somebody else and then it'll transfer to them, so then they can get all the perks that's tied with the NFT. So anyways, my point is, if someone like me who's already so crazy about crypto more than most people that I know can all of a sudden be like this into an NFT, maybe I'm not saying I'm into all NFTs, but I feel like this is the future. I feel like this is better than all the other memberships that are usually given from like restaurants or maybe like gyms or whatever. I think if you could start selling people NFTs for a whole bunch of things that usually is like on a normal membership, I would rather take that. It's like people who are willing to put the money up front, you can kind of help these businesses with their cash flow and kind of be rewarded later on long term, right? Especially if you want to pass that, sell it and pass that membership down to like somebody else. So I really see the value in it now that I am interested in it myself and I want to buy one. But anyways, sorry guys, that was really long. I will wait. Why is the halving still 56 minutes? Oh, it's 9 minutes. Sorry, I didn't update it. I guess I had to refresh my page. Okay. Sorry, I'm not looking at the chat. Wow, I literally talked for like an hour. Smash the like button if you haven't already. Make sure you're subscribed. Okay, let's look at what's going on. What is going on? Ooh, okay, I'm seeing like a spike-ish. Let's see. Okay, Bitcoin, 63. Bitcoin's at 63,971. It is $10,000 lower than its all-time high, right? I forgot. Is the all-time high like 73 or something? 74? Never hit 75. That's all I know. Ethereum is quite disappointing, not gonna lie. I was pretty pissed off at the fact that like I could have sold all my ETH when it was like what 4,300, but I was just so greedy. I'm like, I need to see it hit a new all-time high, which means over $5,000, and it didn't happen. And I was like getting a heart attack when it dropped like closer to, is it 1,700? Let's see. I forgot how low it dropped recently, but it was bad. Oh gosh. Okay, no, not that terrible. It was 2,800 recently. Is that the lowest low? I'm seeing 2,800. Just gonna go with that. But the highest high recently was for about 4,300, I remember. And the lowest low was around like 2,800. Still pretty bad. So I really regretted not selling at that point because I'm like, gosh, could have sold it at 4 something, bought it back at 2.8, but nobody can time the market. So yeah, right now Ethereum's not doing too good. It's just at 3,064. XRP 50 cents. Dogecoin is doing like a little mini tick up, but also not the greatest. 15.6. I'm just praying that once this halving happens in 7 minutes. Wait. Is it over? I think it's over. Yay! I just refreshed my page. It's over. It literally said like 7 minutes, and then it's done. Well, there you go. The last Bitcoin halving happened on April 19, 2024 at 5:09:27. There you go, folks. Yay. Where is the Doge pillow? Oh, I'll bring it for you, John. I'll bring it for you. Congrats, y'all. Now I can go back to my normal life of listening to Taylor Swift, doing my 100 Scots, and also working at the same time. That was interesting. It just did a little like mini tick, but nothing's crashing. So that's the good part. Thank you, Diamond Hand 69. Oh, thanks for coming into the stream. Bitcoin halving done. Golden Heaven Group Holdings might be the next GameStop in the future. Steven says, cool. I mean, oh gosh, like what is happening with GameStop? GameStop and AMC are not in its prime no more. Yeah, it is not 2021 anymore. But I do hope, I don't know. I feel like if I had to pick between GameStop or AMC, I'm more AMC. So I feel like I love the movies. I will continue to go to the movie theater so long as it exists. And I believe there's a lot of people like me still. So if I had to put my money in, I'd probably put AMC way more than I would GameStop. But I hope both of them survive. I hope both of them, last. Style Cool says, I just bought Taylor Swift CD too. Yay. Yes, it's so you could buy your Taylor Swift CD and the vinyl on her website. So if you go on YouTube, like you'll be able to see, like you could just buy it straight from, I think, like the Taylor Swift store. But if you want the clear one that I got, the clear vinyl, this one, clear vinyl, I think it says it right here. It's called 2 Phantom Clear Vinyl Discs. So if you want like that, you're going to have to go to Target and get it because it's exclusively sold at Target. Hold on. Do some car food reviews. What? Hi there, Henry. I don't know what a car food. You mean like truck? Like the trucks? I don't think I've ever done like a truck food review. I like truck food. I haven't had it in a long time. I passed by it when I went to the Broad Museum last time. There was a lot of good stuff there, but I'm like, you get your little time slot. So I didn't have time for it, but I like it. Sideways is good for BTC, JP says, to create a major baseline for the next bear market bottom. So it can take a little while, LOL, but creating the future support here is great. I think 57 would be the lowest. Well, I'm glad we didn't get to 57. Okay, it's down here, by the way. I brought them down. The Robinhood gold card looks nice. Yes. Thank you, Diamond Hand 69, for reminding me to remind you guys to use my link if you are interested in getting your Robinhood gold credit card someday. I'm still waiting on mine because I'm just on the wait list. And I really want the gold one, but I don't think I'm going to get it because I tried to refer a bunch of people and I don't know how many people actually got referred because I know one person for sure got it, but that I didn't even get an email from Robinhood saying like, oh, you have one person that you helped or you referred to get Robinhood gold. So to get the actual gold card made of like, I don't know, is it 10K gold or 14K gold? I forgot. But to get that gold like card that's heavier, 36 grams or whatever, you need to refer 10 people to Robinhood gold. So anyways, use my link if you're interested in Robinhood. But I'm very happy with my Robinhood gold because I like knowing that I could take out my uninvested cash if I want to, or throw it into Tesla stock, which I'm actually really happy that it is closer to 120 now than it is 200 because I felt like I missed the boat and I was so sad when it was like just moving upwards, right? I'm like, no, don't go to 400 without me. So I'm really glad that it is moving down because if it gets closer to again, or maybe even 110 if we're lucky, let go of certain things that I have held on to time just for Tesla. I definitely am super bullish about it. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this BTC halving stream and talking about Taylor Swift and talking about Chubby Cattle. I will talk more about Taylor Swift and Chubby Cattle probably in other videos. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you are subscribed, smash the like button, and good luck on your portfolios and see you soon. Bye.